Oi, guys, welcome back to WezLife for episode 4 of this podcast. This has been, man, we're almost through September now. Started in September, almost coming to the end of September. I think this is the last podcast now of September. Sorry, I just said September a lot, didn't I? But yeah, no, it's been good. I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed speaking to you, and I've just kind of been sat in my room speaking to myself, really, haven't I? But yeah, you've been watching. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed your feedback, your responses, the support that you've been giving me too. It's been great, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. Hope I've kept you smiling, staying positive, and stuff like that. Yeah, let's just jump straight into it on Where's Wes. So, yeah, I feel like you're probably gonna listen to this and think, oh, flip me, Wes is always busy, and he's always out doing stuff because he had a busy summer. He was away, doing all the many weeks of beach missions and camps and stuff, and then he went to a Truth in Science conference, and then a week after he went to another UBM reunion and that conference and whatnot, and now, what's he doing this week? Oh, well, surprise, guys. I went to another conference, but I promise you, I'm not. Well, I'm always doing stuff, but not always like away and stuff. But yeah, I was at a conference in Cardiff, which was really nice. It was nice to go. Staying in South Wales. So over the summer, a couple that I met on the beach mission, they very kindly invited me to go and stay at the house and go to this conference, which yeah, I just felt like I couldn't really say no, to be honest. So I went along, and it was really great. It was amazing. I enjoyed my time there. Had a lot of good laughs. Quite a lot of good laughs, to be honest. Um, yeah, they were a much older couple, and another friend of mine also got invited to go along, and so yeah, we both went. We stayed at their house, and we just kind of was with them for the days at the conference. And yeah, it kind of at times it just felt like they were our grandparents, and we're following them around, that kind of thing. So it was funny. Uh, yeah, very enjoyable. But the conference was called Equip 19, and it was um, it was done by the Wales Leadership Forum, and I felt a bit weird being there because I'm not Welsh, well, obviously I'm not Welsh, um, and it was a very Welsh conference. A lot of Welsh speaking people were there and that kind of thing, but there's a few English, and so yeah, I really did, and I enjoyed my time there. It was a really good conference, and it was all about equipping people, I guess, and yeah, there was networking kind of like little sessions that you could go to. There are different ones to choose from like evangelism to small groups, working with youth and children. The one that I chose was soul care, and it was all about like caring for people from a biblical point of view and that kind of thing. But yeah, it was really good. Really enjoyed it. Very glad I went, and it was so nice. Like the drive down there. So I went on Thursday. The drive was amazing. Like going through Wales, it was just so nice. Like one of the nicest drives that I've been on in a long time. Just listening to my music. I had my '60s music on. It was amazing. Proper load of bangers. But yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it so much. And staying there was fun. But yeah, I want to say, I think I should talk more in detail in another episode about like awkward kind of situations, because there was an awkward situation that we got ourselves into, and it was really funny. So I'll save that for another time. But and maybe just talk about awkward situations in general. But that was it was great. But yeah, it was good to go down. good to see a lot of people I've not seen in a while too. That was really nice. And so had a great time. Then got back home on Saturday night. Went to YL, so if I've not spoke about it. YL stands for Young Life. It's a youth group that I help run. It's throughout the whole UK, but obviously I go to the one in Wigan. So it was nice to go back to that because it first one since before the summer, before we broke up. So it was good to be back there. Made it back just in time for that, really. And what other things? Yeah, church. Been to church on Sunday. That was good. And uni. It's getting busier. Getting a lot more assignments and stuff. That kind of thing. But I'm still enjoying it. It's been going good, so I can't really complain. So yeah, that's where I've been anyway. Where's? Bit of a long one. Sorry about that. But just like to keep you all updated and stuff. I'm sorry about I don't know. I've got a cold, so I'm a bit sniffly or whatnot. So apologies. Right, yeah. Wes says. So I had a lot of things that people have said I could speak on. Like I've got a list, and I probably will try and get around to them all at some point. And if you've got any ideas, drop them below and let me know. Because I'm happy to talking about them. And if you want a shout out, then let me know. I'll shout you out. I don't mind. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to give a shout out actually. So I'm not going to say why I'm giving this shout out, but the people will know. So shout out to Beth and Owen and John Moore. You both are legends. So you guys obviously know why, but I'm not going to tell the rest of you why. But shout out to them anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've got a lot of stuff that I've got planned that I want to talk about, but today I wasn't fully sure what I was going to start talking about, but I haven't got loads of time. I'm supposed to be going out soon after this. I'm going to get this recorded, uploaded, and I'm going out. I'm going round to one of my friends has moved house and they need some painting doing, so I said I'd go and help. So I'm going to go around and do some painting. At the minute I'm wearing my proper scruffy clothes, ready to get paint on them. Not purposely, but ready to go down there, rock and roll. But yeah. So what I want to talk about anyway is my personal testimony of how I became a Christian, because I feel like with this podcast I want to stick to things that I am passionate about, and it is like obviously the podcast is called WezLife. It's about me. It's about my life. You guys, you get involved and have a listen and stuff, and I talk about things. But for anyone who's watching who doesn't know, I am a Christian. If that's not been made clear yet, and I just want to share how I became a Christian. It's a brief kind of testimony of that, and it's just part of my life. That's all I'm trying to say. Sorry for repeating myself. I do that a lot because I'm sat here in my room and I'm just I'm talking to myself really. I'm just talking to myself and just trying to. I don't know. It's not like I'm having a conversation with someone. You're just listening, but it's hard to get your words out sometimes and know what you're trying to say and stuff. But I do repeat myself, so I apologise. But yeah, so I've always grown up in a Christian household. So my parents have brought me up going to church. They're both Christians. Brought me up telling me Bible stories and that kind of thing. And that's always been from a very early age. I don't really know anything else, to be honest. But so originally, when I was 8 years old, I went along to. It was like a kind of like a children's event. And I remember there was a talk there, and they spoke on heaven and hell, and how being just because your parents are Christians doesn't make you a Christian, and you need to come to Christ and ask Him into your heart for yourself, really. And I knew that I hadn't done that, and so the Bible talks about, it's very clear that because of the wrong things we do, the sin in our lives, we deserve punishment for that, and that's hell. But we can be forgiven through Christ and what He's done. And so I knew that, and it scared me that night because I was like, oh well, my parents are Christians, but I know that I've not done that for myself, and I was scared because I thought if I died tonight, I'd go to hell. And so I went home that night. Oh, I can't remember if I was at the event, but I prayed and I asked Christ into my heart and asked Him for forgiveness. And from that point, it felt like it was, like a safety barrier, like I had my seatbelt on or whatnot, and I felt all right. But there was no genuine kind of change in my heart or in my life and the way that I acted, really. And growing up, I wasn't necessarily a bad person, but yeah, I didn't have any kind of love for God or really and the Bible, but I did believe what He did for me was true. And so growing up from there, really, went into my teenage years, and I started to become a really antisocial and didn't spend a lot of time around people. I was constantly just in my bedroom playing my Xbox, and yeah, I'd spend hours on it just day after day, and I would go out, but not, yeah, not really. It was like I was most of my life just spent in my room playing my Xbox, and so that went on for a while, and I think around yeah, I was around the age of 15, and I obviously was always in my room. I kind of started to develop this hatred and dislike towards church. I thought in my own head that I was okay, I was safe, and yeah, I thought I was a Christian, so if I died, I'd be all right. But I thought, what is the point of going to church? Like, why do I need to go? I'm already a Christian. I don't need to go to church. And so I started to develop this hatred towards church, not hatred towards God or anything, but just church and going there. I just felt like it was a bit pointless, and I could be using that time to spend indoors on the game instead. So I started to develop that. And I even got to the point where I'd like physically try and make myself sick and stuff like that and pretend to be ill and stuff so I could try and just avoid going so I could stay at home instead. And I'd get through my week, get to Saturday night and just be feeling really like sick about the idea of going to church in the morning. That went on for a while. But yeah, my nan and granddad started going to a church, and this church had a youth group that was there, and a lot of young people who were Christians around my age at the time. And so my nan and granddad spoke to my mum and was like, "Oh, you need to get Wes to go to that youth group because there's people his age there, and he needs to get out and stuff." And so that's what happened one Sunday. My mum and dad was like, "Right, get your coats on, you're going to this church." And I was like, "What the heck?" And I didn't want to go. I felt like I was forced to go. I really hated the idea of going to church in the morning and then having to go back again to this youth group. But they forced me to go, and yeah, I really didn't want to go. And so I went, and it wasn't too bad. I didn't mind it, and yeah, I didn't think I'd come away going, "Oh, I have to go again next week." But nope, I was forced to go again the week after, and carried on getting forced to go to this youth group. But it was while I was there, I started to see a lot more, and it became clear to me that the people around me who were saying they were Christians, they had a genuine love for God, a genuine love for His Word, and they wanted to spend time reading the Bible. They wanted to go to church, and they wanted to go away on like things like beach missions and that kind of stuff. But I didn't. I didn't have any of that at all. But I was saying that I was saved, and I was saying that I was a Christian. But I realised that I didn't have a love for God. And so one night, I couldn't tell you the date or anything, but I did go home and I prayed, asked God to forgive me, and I wanted Him to give me that love. And it was almost like a prayer that was answered really quick because I started then to just love reading the Bible, love going to church, and my tone changed. Like, instead of getting through the week and then get to Saturday really hating the idea of church in the morning, I got to Saturday thinking, well, I'm excited to go, and I wanted to learn more and that kind of thing. I wanted to go away on beach missions, and so over time, obviously, I've been continuing to grow as a Christian, continuing to learn more. And if I look back now, I don't know if I was a Christian when I was 8, but I don't feel like I was. I don't think I was. So I now say that I was a Christian when I was 15, because I feel like that was the point where it was genuine, and that's the point where my life has really changed, and it's continuing to, just go down this path. And yeah, I think so. Anyone who asks me now, I think I will say that I became saved when I was 15. No, I didn't know that for a long time, so yeah. But yeah, that's how I became a Christian, and obviously, it's not been easy. It talks about that in the Bible. It doesn't say that just because you become a Christian, your life will become easy and things will change and stuff. Things have been difficult, even just this year. This year alone has been probably the hardest year of my life. I've gone through the hardest things I've ever had to go through. Yeah, it was a really, really dark time towards the beginning of the year. But then on the other hand, it's been one of the best years of my life too, because of all the hard times and the difficulties. That then made me rely on God more and seek Him for comfort that I needed. And because of that, I've had such a great year where I've gotten closer to God and I've learnt more about Him, that I'm thankful for the difficulties that I went through, even though they are really sad, and sometimes it still upsets me when I think about it and that kind of thing and what I did go through. But ultimately, I'm just thankful to God, because I see how He wanted me to go through that, so that He could refine me almost and just make me into the person I am and who He wants me to be, and He continues to do that in my life. I'll probably talk about that in another episode, because that is a massive story in itself. Obviously, I won't go into full detail on it, but just talk about the difficulties and stuff that you can go through in life, and how God's really helped me through them. Well, that's how I became a Christian, anyway. I hope that interests you. As I said, it's a really big thing in my life, and as a result of that and the difference God's made in my life, I want to share it with others, and I want to tell other people about Christ and what He's done for not only me but for them too. What He's done for you guys. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm talking about things that I'm passionate about, and that's one of them. So that's Wes Says, anyway, my testimony. Hope you've enjoyed it. Now it's time for Wes and a Fez. I'm putting the Fez on right now. There you go. The Fez is on, guys. The Fez is on. But still, I don't have anything to do for this part. I just always put the Fez on and I just sit here like a tool. So I'm gonna try and get something sorted. Probably just the questions. And if you guys send me questions, I'll answer them while I'm wearing the Fez. Question time with Wes while he's in his Fez. I don't know. If you got any other ideas, please let me know, because honestly, I'm stuck for it. Yeah, that's Wes and a Fez. Taking the Fez off now. There we go. And Wes and his Bez. Here we go. Right. I think news is in. Probably going to be having him in the next episode. If not, then I apologise. You're going to have to just listen to me again. But I thought about this because there's a few people I want to get on here. But I do want him to be the first one. Like, introduce him to you all first, other than someone else. Not trying to cause offence to any of my other guests if you ever do come on here, but I just want him to be the first one. So until he comes on, it's just going to be me for a while. But hopefully we'll be on in the next one. So there you go. That's Wes and his Bez. Now, finally, wise words with Wes. I kind of want to, stick to the Christian aspect of this, and my wise words to you today are, well, really, I've just shared how I became a Christian with you guys. I hope that it's been helpful to you, or you understand kind of more about who I am and why I live the way that I do and that kind of thing. But my wise words to you today would be, if you genuinely don't know who Jesus is or what he's done for you, then please seek him and seek you know seek out what it is, what he's done for you and that kind of thing. Because I believe the Bible is true. I believe every word of the Bible is true. Not everyone will agree with me, but I do believe it to be true. And I believe that one day when we do leave this earth, I'm doing this WezLife, this podcast. I don't know how long it's going to go on for, but one day I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be around. But that's the same for all of us. One day when we die, we're gonna. I believe it's not the end. I don't believe we die and there's nothing. I believe that the Bible says that there is going to be a heaven and a hell and a judgment, and that we're going to go to one of these two places. And I think you should really try and find out and seek what the Bible says, because if you don't know where you're going, then it's scary, because the Bible says that we're all sinful people, we all do wrong, and that we all need punishment for this, and that is hell. And I'm sorry to, if I'm causing offence or upset, but it's a serious thing, and we all need to be right with God, and we only can have forgiveness through Christ and what he's done. It's not about our good works. Some people say you got to do good works and good things to get yourself into heaven, and it's none of that. The Bible doesn't teach that at all. It teaches that we only can get to heaven through Christ and what he's done for us, and being forgiven for the wrong that we've done, and how he died upon the cross to take our sin upon him, our punishment that we deserved. So that, yeah, I'm sorry to if any of you feel like I'm going on about this, but it's a serious thing for me, and I love you guys, and if you aren't a Christian, if you aren't saved, I'd say my wise words to you is really seek who Christ is and find him out, find out about him, because it's changed my life. He can change your life, and yeah, that's all I'm saying really. I could go on about this more, but that's my wise words to you. Hope you take that away and really listen to me and what I've got to say. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'm sorry it's I don't know if this is long or short, to be honest. I've got to go out soon though, so I'm gonna try and get this uploaded soon. But let me know, continue to let me know what you want for the future of it and that kind of thing. Hope you enjoyed, and I was gonna say something then, I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you want for the next one, and until then, take care, guys, and continue to stay positive, that kind of thing. Ta-ra.